Hi there. In this Microsoft Word video, we'll take a quick look at Spellcheck, find and replace, as well as saving a document as a PDF. So I'm going to quickly open up Word. I'll create a new document. I'll go ahead and save it in the usual spot. And I'm going to call it Session 1C. And save. And OK. And I'm going to type in I'm just going to add a little bit of a title here. And I'm going to make a spelling error on purpose. And I'm going to add a couple more lines here, and I'm going to create an error on purpose as well. So I'm going to type in HTE. So notice when I type in HTE and I hit space, it capitalizes the T and swaps the H and the T around. So we actually have, it's basically a spell check as we type called autocorrect. And it'll do things like watch for transposed letters. So I'm going to make some errors on purpose. I'll use it 2 Ks there. Oh, notice it did the same thing there. So there's a couple of ways we can go through our document and correct any misspelled words. So we can go to Review and use Spelling and Grammar. That opens up this little editor panel, and it looks through our document starting at the top for any misspelled words which are indicated by that little red squiggle. So it gives you usually about 3 choices for your misspelled word. So sentence is the word I wanted, so I click on sentence and it swaps that. It left that C, however, so I'll have to remove that manually. So it says Brune. I said Brune, but it doesn't actually notice that that's supposed to be brown. So I'll actually have to type brown. But it did identify that misspelled word. And I'll choose, notice when I had to go back to the document, it grayed out my task pane, so I'm going to resume. Fox, that's the word I want. Jumps, that's the word I want. Again, it doesn't know what I'm trying to get at with that over. So I'm just going to go back into the document, double click on it, type in over. Another way you can fix a misspelled word is by right-clicking right on the red squiggled word. And again, it doesn't see the word I was trying to get at, so I'm going to have to double-click and type in lazy. And I'll choose resume. And it finds it there, so I'll choose dog. So that's spell check. Grammar check works in much the same way, but it's a little bit more subjective. Now, find and replace. If I go back to my home screen, notice we have replace here. So for example, maybe I want to change the word lazy to friendly, but there's 3 instances of lazy, so I don't want to have to change it 3 times. So I'm going to go replace. I'll say find lazy and replace with friendly. And I'll replace all. Okay. And maybe we realize foxes are infrequently brown and they're usually red. So I'll say brown and replace with red and replace all. Now we can also replace special characters. So as I mentioned in a previous video, that we should only ever have one paragraph mark after each paragraph. We should never have two, but people frequently will add an extra paragraph to give themselves more white space between paragraphs. And as we know, we're supposed to use this line and paragraph spacing option to do that. So I frequently get these documents shared with me with somebody who doesn't know how to add white space properly that will look like this. They've added an extra paragraph. They don't know what this thing means, so they just see the white space. They've added an extra paragraph to give themselves more white space between their paragraphs. So in order to fix this, what I want to do is find every place that there's two paragraph marks and replace it with just one paragraph mark. So if I go replace and more and format, special and paragraph mark, that's the paragraph mark. So I could just type that up. It's Shift 6 and then a P, or I could just add it again in the same manner. And now I want to replace it with just one paragraph mark. So that'll find every place there's two and just give us one. I'll choose replace all, and it removed all of those extra paragraph marks. So my document is correctly formatted. Now if I wanted to add that white space correctly, I would go ahead and go to my line spacing options and add some white space in this correct manner. Now, we frequently want to save a document as a PDF. The reason that we want to do this is so that the content and the formatting is more or less set in stone. So in order to change the document, they have to go through quite a bit more work than just opening it in Word and then changing some stuff if it's PDF. Also, we may not know what the end user has installed on their computer as far as the ability to view a Word document. The Adobe Acrobat is a free application and it's very universal. Most people have it. It's also installed in many web browsers, so it's a non-proprietary application or document format. So if you want to share a document with people, again, it's the best thing to do is to create a PDF and then share it again, so they don't accidentally edit it, as well as they're able to view it in Adobe Acrobat or Chrome. So I'm going to quickly save this as a PDF. So there's a couple of ways. We can go File and Export and create PDF XPS, or we can just choose File, Save As. I'll browse to that same location, and for the type, I'm going to choose PDF. Now we're given a couple of options here. If we know that the end user is only going to use this document for online purposes, that is, they're either using it in a PowerPoint presentation or they're sharing it via the internet, then we can use this option here. It'll be a nice tiny little document that you can send via your cell phone or email, and you don't have to worry about it taking up too much space. Now if you think they may end up printing this thing, you probably want to use this first option here. I'm just going to go with the Publishing Online, and I'll go ahead and save. And it opens up in my Adobe Acrobat application, and it looks pretty much the same as it does in the Word document. There will be some adjustment in certain situations, as you'll see when you work with long documents, but it's pretty much the same as it appeared. And again, none of this stuff is editable. I can't change the content. I could copy and paste it into a Word document, but I can't change it in Acrobat. And it's a nice universal file format. Everybody has the ability to view a PDF as long as they have something like Google Chrome or Adobe Acrobat. So that was a quick look at Spellcheck, find and replace, and creating a PDF version of your document. Thanks so much for watching.